came before, this is what I speak for. Honoring the past tense as I speak with a passion. Contemplating about the immigration all the way from Cambodia. Being born in refugees but survivor. Lived through a genocide, now dealing with another form of crisis. Trying to find a place where we best fit.
Chicago is very known for the hip-hop scene, right? Back in 2008, I asked my friend, I was like, is there a gathering of Asians in Chicago?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
My personal work with hip-hop and as a community organizer, I organize open mics. You know, hip-hop has became that vehicle for Asian Americans to be seen, to be heard. In this box is like a collection of like old mixtape or CDs that I used to collect when I was younger. Right now, and even during the time when I was collecting these, I was listening to their story. Like, they would talk about growing up. They would talk about the prejudice, the discrimination that they were facing because they were Asian American. It reminds me of my struggle and what I was dealing with over here in Chicago. I was born right in this neighborhood. My childhood, it was pretty harsh because of who I am, being Cambodian American in a predominantly black neighborhood. There was a couple of fights. I think I actually had a couple of fights myself at this school. It was because of getting picked on by the other kids, and there's like very few Asians, so you know, like I just couldn't stand it, I guess, and just couldn't stand the bullying. Like, the only way we knew to fight back was physically. People getting together and then we're defending ourselves. I left the gang when I was around 17. It became very serious. A lot of my friends and family were passing away. Because I grew up with these people from like childhood to when I was in the gang. I kind of had to go out and make new friends, discover myself. Like, okay, since I'm not a gangster no more, what am I? I got started working in the Asian community after I left the gang. It was in this space that where I really like identify myself as an Asian American. And then we would pretty much, what you would say, organize around stuff like that. For example, I was pretty nervous being on the panel because the other panelists, they have a background of higher education, and for me, I really don't. I'm usually the one that's protesting the street sign, or the one that's gathering people and say, hey, let's meet up. I was able to talk about being that person that does the hands-on work, the one that's in the front and really speaking out. There's the passion in the work, and then there's like, okay, I gotta get a place to stay, I gotta, you know, get some food to eat and things like that. For me, being Asian American is being an American, but also being connected to my roots in some way. Like my roots would be, my parents are from Cambodia, and then that's the culture I go home to when I go visit them, things like that. Hey! It's been a while since I know. Hello! Good. Hi! Happy New Year! Okay, like Happy New Year! Happy New Year! When you see someone that's Asian that are representing through hip-hop, that person is the one that's telling the story. It allows us to be ourselves and be the one that says this is who we are.
Next up on the mic, we got Kayla. Please give it up for Kayla. Yeah.